this session is basically about own marketing, which is what we call, it's called Wash and Go Wednesday. It's our live segment that we put on every Wednesday and how we generate money from it. I'm skipping around, so sorry. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because I want you to know what this session is about, but I'm going to go into our story, and then we'll get back to how you can actually implement something like Wash and Go Wednesday into your business. So I'm Kim, CEO and co-founder of Chromex.
And I'm Alicia Ferguson. I'm the head of marketing at Chromex.
Yes, and Alicia started earlier this year. So a lot of the money, she's helped elevate our business, and I kind of like got it off the ground, and she just kind of took off with it. So just so you guys have some reference. Chromex started as a do-it-yourself box for curly hair. So how many of you guys know like Blue Apron? Yeah? Okay, so we used to do that, but for curly hair products. So we would send people the materials to make their own hair care products in their kitchen. And the first year we did that, we made about $130,000 in sales. And the second year, we made about $140,000. So not much growth, right? And I found out I was pregnant that second year, and I was like, honey, what are we gonna do? You know, the business isn't really growing. I can't keep doing this. We're gonna have a kid. Like, we have to get serious. I think we should just quit. And I talked to my advisor, and he was just like, well, what's your best-selling box? I'm like, it's our flaxseed gel, but no manufacturer will make it for us, and we've tried making it ourselves. We have all these issues, you know, so we just took it off the shelf. And he's like, are you nuts? He was like, you never take your best-selling box off the shelf. And so he was like, you need to figure it out. So I spent about a month in my kitchen. I made 50 different batches of flaxseed gel. And every time I would go outside, people would be like, oh my gosh, I love your hair. Like, they would literally stop me on the street on Michigan Avenue. If you guys know Chicago, you know that's busy. But it was so important to them to know what I was using in my hair to make it look like this. And we basically pre-launched it the next month. So the next month, we were like, and we had failed enough times to know you don't just launch something and, you know, buy all this inventory and hope that you sell it. You pre-launch it, make sure you get some sales, and then you go back and produce it. And so we did that and sold hundreds in a matter of hours of our flaxseed gel. And we're like, holy crap, this is what we should do. We should throw away those boxes. And so we did exactly that, sold all the boxes clearance style. And in January of 2018, we pivoted the entire business and turned our best-selling boxes into a hair care line. And so we started with the flaxseed gel in January. We did about $3,000 in sales. And this is January 2018. And I was like, oh my gosh, we should quit. I was like, you know, this is the worst month ever. My husband was like, no, Kim, you knew it was going to be tough. Don't worry. The next month we made $8,000. And the next month we made $30,000. And this is without spending money on ads yet. So we're like, oh crap, like, this is a real business. This is more money than we've ever made doing the do-it-yourself subscription box. Like, let's keep going. So then we threw, gasoline on the fire. Started spending money on ads. My husband quit his job, came to work for the business. November, we did $240,000 in sales in just that month. And then we closed the year out $1 million in sales last year. This year to date, we're $4 million year to date so far, and we're on track to hit about $7 million for the year. So we just, thank you guys. So just completely revamped everything and constantly iterating. And so I like to take the tech approach to our beauty brand because in beauty, we just, you know, we're taught to launch products. But in our business, we iterate. You know, we do something, can we fix it, can we make it better before we go ahead and just launch something else just because, okay? So that's a little bit of story about Chromex. We were on Shark Tank, but we had gotten to $1 million in sales before we went on Shark Tank. So a lot of people think like, oh, Shark Tank is how they grew their businesses. Like, no, it took some years to figure some things out. And luckily, we appeared on Shark Tank after we were already doing some things right. And a lot of people look at this and be like, I want to be on Shark Tank. It's a blessing and a curse. So you find out 3 weeks before. Imagine if you found out 3 weeks before that your business is going to do $1 million in a month, where the month before you maybe did $200,000, right? You don't have the inventory in stock. You don't have the cash you need to buy all that inventory. You don't have the automated flows you want set up for the Shark Tank customers. You don't have all that, right? So our team was like a mad dash. So it was crazy trying to get that together. But that happened earlier in March this year. So just in case you were curious about that. So why should you listen to us? We've generated over $1 million in revenue from email alone in the last 12 months. And we also have a private Facebook group of about 10,000 members. It's pretty much just our customers, and we don't produce content in that group. So we're not, you know how sometimes you have groups that you're in. How many people are in a Facebook group? Yes? How many are in a Facebook group where somebody posts like a share your wins of the day, or share your, you know, what's the biggest problem you're having in your business, or do you guys see a lot of those people posting those content? We don't have to do any of that. So our customers post 5 to 10 times a day on their own pictures of them using the products, people who may not like the product, and our customers will come and rally behind and explain how they're using it wrong or how to fix it. But it's our really tight-knit community. And that's where a lot of our traffic comes from Wash and Go Wednesday. So Wash and Go Wednesday is that own marketing I was telling you guys about. It's a segment that we put on every Wednesday, and it's elevated over time. So now it's like a production, but it started with literally just a cell phone, my husband recording, and me fully clothed, of course, in my bathroom doing my hair. And it generates about $10,000 for us on a weekly basis every Wednesday. So how many of you guys' Mondays are slow when it comes to sales? Yeah, no? Just me? Okay.
Okay.
Just
cool.
us.
Cool.
Mondays are slow. Sundays are slow. Well, our Sundays are no longer slow because we have automated flows that go out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that generate really good sales for us. And it's based on your customer life cycle. So, but our Mondays, maybe we got to figure out something for Monday.
We have content, but.
Right. That's what we're doing now, content. But thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. So what is Wash and Go Wednesday? How many of you guys live stream for your business right now? Show of hands. Just about 5 people? Okay, how many of you guys have a podcast for your business? About 2, 3. Okay, how many of you guys have a blog? Yeah, everybody has a blog. All right. That's good. But the medium you picture really depends on your customer. Our customer is middle-aged woman. She's not to offend anyone. She's like over 40. She's African American, curly hair. But it's a range. So we have some people who are wavy, some people are curly, but most of them have hair similar to mine. And they're on Facebook. So a lot of people are targeting like the millennials, or they might do it live on Instagram. Our customer's just not there. So it doesn't make sense for us to do it there. So what is Wash and Go Wednesday? It originally started because my customers are struggling to do their hair. Our products are great, but if you don't know how to do a wash and go, it doesn't matter what I give you. It's gonna suck. So we would, and I was afraid of people posting online saying they hated our products, right? So I was like, let's give them a place to go. And at the very least, I can just like help them and give them feedback. And so it just started with me giving them advice on how to do their hair, like, oh, you have to do your wash and go in the shower. And most people like to do their hair, they shampoo and condition in the shower, and they get out, dry their hair, and then they start doing it. And we're like, no, that's not how you have to do the wash and go. The wash and go needs water. And so we would tell them, get in the shower. And they're like, get in the shower? She's crazy. I'm like, yes, do the whole process in the shower and then get out. And they're like, what? No. So they're like, we have to see you do it. And my customer service manager, Crystal, she begged me to go live. She's like, Kim, please just show them how you do your hair in the shower. It's like, Crystal, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to be the face. I don't want to do this. She was like, well, we're not going to make any money. So if you don't do this, we're going to be struggling. And I was just like, okay, fine. I'll show them like to do the entire process in the shower. Which meant like finger detangling, like not just the shampoo and conditioning, but the actual application of the gel and the moisturizer. Finger detangling, and I'm getting too deep now. But so I got in the shower and we did it, and we did like giveaways during the actual live, and then we also did like a sale because we found that there were new people coming, but in our space, most people don't move unless you give them a discount. And like we've done, it's not just me. Like I've hired brand consultants. We've done the research. Like our consumers care about ingredients first, discount second. So, and it ended up being wonderful for us. And so me and my husband, and it was so basic, we just pulled out our cell phones and went live on Wednesday at 7. So then they were constantly coming back, so we kept doing it. And they were like, wait a minute, are we really committing to going live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock? And when we saw the dip in sales the one time we didn't do it, we're like, oh, hell yeah. We're definitely going live 7 o'clock on Wednesday, and we're going to do your hair. I was like, honey, I'm thinking about cutting my hair. He's like, nope, it's in your contract. I was like, all right, fine. So here's the formula for own marketing. These are the 4 things that we make sure we are hitting every time we do a Wash and Go Wednesday. So 1, you have to have a place for your community, right? 2nd, you have to have content that is relevant to them. So I'm not going live on Instagram, right? I'm also not sending them a blog step-by-step how to do their hair, because that doesn't matter. They're not reading it, right? I'm also not giving them a podcast because they don't want to listen about how to do their hair. They want to see me do it. Videos work But you have to make sure they watch the entire video. Lives ensure that they can stay on the whole time, especially if you give them an incentive throughout. So if you start with the giveaway, if you're giving away giveaways throughout the Wash and Go Wednesday, if you have them screenshot at the end of the live to make sure they actually stayed for the whole thing, you're answering their questions, any kind of like it's a tall order to ask of a CEO, but when you realize how that sets you apart, you'll definitely do it. And then we also have a special offer. You don't have to do a discount. You can do all kinds of other things, but we have a special offer, and then we promote the heck out of it. So we have different platforms that we can use, and Alicia will talk more about the actual meat of Wash and Go Wednesday. And what does it do? It leads to predictable additional revenue on a weekly basis. So why would you want to do this? Like I said, you create loyal fans. Your customers then become your customer service. You also stand out. So in my space, it is an industry where everybody kind of does the same thing. We all sell non-toxic products. Like, who at this point, who is selling toxic products, right? You become an authority. So answering your customers' questions about hair, showing them exactly how to do it, going from start to finish. Normally my hair kind of looks like an afro, which is still beautiful. But sometimes they just want to know how to wear their hair in a way that they feel comfortable going into a boardroom. And so I showed them how to do that with our Wash and Go. And it's a different approach. Sometimes wash and goes can be done differently, or some people literally think it's just a wash and go, but that's just not how it is. It's a finger detangle, it's a finger comb, it's a don't use a brush in this step, it's a you need to make sure it's wet the entire time, it's a setting your hair with a blow dryer, not just air drying. So to you guys, it's probably a foreign language, but to my customers who were like doing the wash and goes, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I should set my hair, with a dryer. That was something, they were trying to go outside and do the air drying thing and then get all frizzy and be mad at us. And I was like, look, you did it wrong, And so that is what our own marketing helped us do. And then of course, you get an additional revenue stream and you also reduce your Facebook ad dependency. So you can use Facebook ads to help your live segment. Ours is on Facebook, so it makes sense for us to use things like Octane Messenger or yes, to drive traffic there. But you could also, you're just not relying, if your ads aren't performing that well today, it's okay. Wash and Go Wednesday is going to make you some money. All right? Cool. So I'm going to pass it off to Alicia to talk about the actual formula.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Cool. So we're just going to break into a little bit about this formula that Kim was talking so lovely about, or the secret sauce to what we're doing. So the first part is really creating community. So I saw a lot of hands up when we said who's in a Facebook group. So if you're not in a Facebook group, do you follow any podcasts, maybe like religiously, anybody? Or do you leave reviews on Yelp, TripAdvisor? You at least follow an Instagram account that you love, right? Okay, so one of those things, so you've already enrolled in someone's community, right? Like whether you knew it or not, you are a part of whatever that community is, whatever that content they're creating, you're ingesting it, you're using it, it's a part of your life. So as a brand, you already have a base. You sell products, we sell services. So you already have your customer base, right? So they're already raving fans. You just need to give them a place where they can engage with you. You can engage with them further, and you can control the narrative. You can control the content you're putting out. You can control the story. So what Kim was saying earlier is the reason why we created the Facebook group was there was a lot of misnomers about how to do a wash and go, right? So instead of letting people just go out there and figure it out on their own, looking at other websites, we created a space where we can specifically tell you how to do our method. It needs to be done in a sequential order. There's steps to it. There's a process for it. And we want to make sure that you have that best possible content out there, hence why we have our Facebook group. So there's a lot of different brands that are doing it. We put Beer Brand up there because we're a big fan of them. And they're like owning YouTube. Glossier has their blog. A lot of you have your blog. And we decided to go with the Facebook groups. Oh, go back, sorry. I didn't explain the picture actually up here. So one of the ways that we engage with our community is we send out a monthly email series just highlighting our customers. So we always pick someone from the actual Facebook group who's really active, and like Kim was saying, that our customers become customer service. Like they are out there being like, oh no girl, like you actually put too much product in your hair, that's why I came out like that. They're like sending links to the website for references for us. So customer service will come in and it's like, oh wow, like you've already done the job because you've seen all of our content that we're constantly putting out for you. So this is a way that we engage with them just to make them feel special, make them feel, again, more involved in the community.
And I just will say for the founders out there who are like, content doesn't make money, Like, because I was totally of that concept like a year ago. I was like, oh, content doesn't make money. I'm doing all this effort. But you have to figure out what makes money and then create content to supplement that. Not just create content just for content's sake. And that was my mistake for the first 2 years of business, basically. I have all these DIY blogs. Anyway, never mind.
So, part 2, creating content, right? So, we chose to create content, like I'm saying, you need to create content that is relevant for your brand. So are you solving a problem? Are you engaging your audience? Like, what's the point of creating this content, right? So for us, we were solving a problem. We have products, people are struggling to use them. We know the products work, we just need to tell you exactly how to use them. So that was the point for Wash and Go Wednesday. And again, another point of creating your content is figuring out what medium works best for you. So again, we're using video, we're going live stream because people need to see how to do their hair. Reading about it it's kind of like antiquated and old. If you're reading about it, it's a little complicated. You don't want to hear about it, you want to see it. So us using live stream, knowing that our audience is already on Facebook, and then taking it a step further with what's offered with the live stream, right? So we're able to engage with them. We're actually able to like answer questions head on. Again, there's like a conversation, there's a dialogue that's happening back and forth. With video, sometimes, you know, you watch it, then you leave a comment, hopefully someone gets back to you. But when we're doing it live, it's like, hey, Cheryl from Kansas, like, what was that question again? Oh, we can actually show you whatever you're asking us in that moment. So it's been really helpful and really successful. So for all of you guys, is anyone, I guess, what type of content are you guys creating? So I saw there's only like 3 people doing live streams. Anyone doing YouTube or any other type of video? You're doing YouTube? Okay. Is anyone live streaming on like Instagram?
Who's afraid to go live?
Yeah, it
raise
seems
your
like
hand.
that
You're
might-
afraid. The fear of speaking publicly,
Yeah.
unedited to your customers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's okay. I've said a few bad things too.
Yeah. But I think, and just to piggyback a little bit, the authenticity of going live. So when you're creating content, you want it to be really unique to your brand, right? So you don't want to go out there and see what someone else is doing and duplicate it because it doesn't make sense. So when we're going live, it's so authentic. So Kim says some wild things sometimes, but people, they know the brand, right? Like they're like, oh, they discontinued that product because blah, blah, blah. And it's like, maybe customers shouldn't know that much information, but again, they feel very invested in this community, and that's why they become our own, they champion for us, right? We don't even need to do it. They are the brand ambassadors without us even paying them. So again, creating unique content for your brand is really key, finding the platform that makes sense, and then don't be afraid to go live, like test it out. Do it. We started with an iPhone, like we have more of a production around it now, but again, that type of engagement you cannot even like purchase, so.
And your goal is to humanize the brand. So everybody's selling socks. You know, there's a million people selling socks, but you know only a couple companies, right? And for what reason? They have a human connection. Mm-hmm. You have to figure out how you can create that human connection with your brand. And live stream is an easy way. And live stream kind of stays up there because most companies like Facebook, Instagram, they want to promote that because it gets you staying on the platform longer. So it's going to stay in front of your customer longer than your regular image post or your regular share or whatever. So keep that in mind too.
Okay, so step 3, the offer. So you want to create a really juicy offer. What is going to get your customers riled up? What's going to get them excited? What's going to make them be like, I have to be here? And on top of the offer, we want it to be time sensitive, so a specific time frame. So when you drive that urgency and you're increasing it with an offer, your customers are like 10 times more likely to engage in that moment when you're telling them to. So for us on Wash and Go Wednesday, we're live streaming the content. We're telling people when they're coming. We're like, hey, it's only going on for this hour. It's every Wednesday. And then in addition to that, we're giving you 20% off, or we have been testing a lot of different products, or a lot of different offers, sorry. So there's, yeah.
How often do you guys do email blasts? Like how often do you send your emails out?
Every day.
Every day.
But not to everyone.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Segments.
Yes,
yeah.
segmented only.
Yeah.
The only blast we do to everyone is Wash and Go Wednesday.
Yeah.
How often do people get, like, an average person get an email from you, would you say? Like every few days maybe?
It depends on their engagement with the brand. So if they haven't talked to us in 3 months, they're not getting an email every
Yeah.
day. But if they open them, then they're getting
Yeah,
them.
they're getting
You
them.
know. So I open every one of our emails. So I get all of them. But I mean, that's not the
Yeah.
case for somebody who checks them once a month or something like that.
Yeah.
And we only started doing that. I didn't used to do that. I used to do it where we was like, we'd email twice a week.
Three times a week.
Three
and then
times.
we'd have flows though constantly going as well.
Gotcha. And then we realized that there was a whole segment that just wasn't hearing from us, and we could do a better job of catering our emails to them. So we started sending, what was it, like for people who took our quiz but maybe wasn't engaged?
Yeah. So a lot of things that we, sorry to get off track, guys. But a lot of things we did is when we actually had the quiz, so we made a whole flow for the quiz people and then start using their answers to like create more content for that and then segmenting that way based on their answers. So not just like how they're engaging or purchasing behavior, actual issues that they're having because they listed on the quiz. So that helps us really spread out the sin so it doesn't feel like you're getting something from us every day, but the content that we are giving you is like super relevant and pertinent to like what you care about or want to know more about us from.
And the type of offer that you might get from us will depend on your engagement with the brand. So say, for example, you join the list but you've never purchased anything. After 30 days, we have an automated flow for you to get a free sample, and that offer only lasts that weekend. And once you're in that flow, you're out of it. And then if it's 60 days and you've purchased, then you'll get, you might get like a buy two, get one free or something. Like there's some incentive to buy.
Yeah. And again, urgency, right? So it's like, this is the specific time frame for you to like get this offer. So for Wash and Go Wednesday, because we're only going live for that hour, we let people know like at midnight, this is when it ends. And a lot of the times we start actually promoting the offer a little bit pre-hand now, but the offer used to only be available to you once you got into the live. So again, it's another opportunity for our Facebook group and that customer base to feel special because it's not something that you see on the site. We're not messaging everybody. You see it in the email that we're going live, but you don't know that we're doing the giveaways or you don't know that you're gonna get an extra 20% off or a free product. So if you're scared to give discounts, that's all good, right? There's other options for you. So you could do giveaways, branded merch, right? It's awesome to have people wearing your totes and your t-shirts, free promotion, special offers, right? So you could do free products. Maybe they're sampling out a new product or a new batch of something. Feel free, put that in there, right? Get the customer feedback. They feel special. They're getting something out of the experience. And then experiences. We don't actually do this, but we've seen a lot of other brands doing it, and it's really awesome. So maybe they could become a guest on your program. They could be featured on something. Lunch with the owner if you don't want to go live. Just meet face to face. What's it say? IRL in real life. And so this is on the side, this is just an example. So we use a lot of timers, use a lot of countdown clocks, again, on our emails and on the actual landing pages that we create to convey the urgency to people. So wherever they're landing, wherever they're coming from, they know if there's 1 hour left, if there's 2 hours left, this offer is about to expire, get FOMO real quick and purchase.
And we never just send people to the website. So we do not just send them to Chromex.com because the conversion is lower. It's you send them with the intent to purchase. And we also like to mention, like we do discounts, but our products are probably some of the most expensive in the space. So a bottle is like $28 for gel. And they range from $20 to $28. A kit itself is like $80 to $85. So our average order value is around $65. Cool.
Okay. And promoting the content, right? So the whole point, you spent all this time creating this community, creating this beautiful, unique content, right? So like you need the eyes, right? Like how do you get the most people to see what you're doing? So email has been amazing for us. And so with our email, like Kim was saying, we convey the offer, but we also don't send them to the landing page because we know that it converts better. So when you click on our email, it's taking you to a Zipify landing page where we're able to kind of do a little more customizations with it. So we actually will have a snippet or a clip embedded of last week's Wash and Go Wednesday. So if you don't know what Wash and Go Wednesday is, fear not, right? If you're catching it before early, you can watch it and get it, and it's a truncated version of it. So you can see what we're offering you. The timer is displayed quite nicely at the top. The offer is also displayed. We'll also have some customer feedback as far as reviews on there, so you get a sense of like how people are using the products, and then we'll actually list the products. So again, that works really well for us, and this will bring in a bulk of the revenue for our Wash and Go Wednesday. So you can see that this email alone almost made $6K for that day. And again, driving the urgency is really important, and then making sure that you have really clear messaging. So for us, it's about, hey, Wash and Go Wednesday, we're going live at 7 p.m. We're on Facebook Live. There'll be an offer. Catch us there. So you don't want to have too many things going on when you're sending it. Like sometimes people get really banner happy at the bottom, like, and we're having a sale, and this is coming up next week. It's like, just direct the messaging to exactly where you want them to go, so there's no miscommunication with that.
And just so you guys know, I have a friend, Sassy Jones Boutique. She sells accessories. And we kind of got the idea from her because she basically has these things called sparkle parties. And she's literally trying on the jewelry for the whole hour. It's basically QVC. Like, you guys have all seen QVC at HSN, right? That's basically what we're doing, right? And you just kind of, we figured out how to apply it to our hair care brand, but you can do it if you sell accessories, automotive parts. You know, you can be putting on a muffler. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, you just, you can do it for yourself.
Yeah. It's like, the basic thing is solving the problem. So, like, what's the issue? And then just demonstrate it. So if customers don't know how to like use the product, if they don't know like, if maybe you want to show them additional ways that they can use it, just solve the problem for them and display it in an easy way that they can digest it, and that's on a platform that you know they're at.
Especially if you do like apparel or something. Like, oh my gosh, this would be, I wish I did fashion.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so you were saying that you don't send your traffic directly to your website to buy. You have other landing pages?
We use Zipify landing pages. Yep.
Zipify fam, shout out. Oh. Oh yes, yeah. So today is Wednesday. If you would like to go to Chromex,
yes.
Email
already
or
went out.
Are you too? Join our crew. But yes, so we use the Zipify landing pages, and so the cart is done through Shopify, but it is a curated landing page, so you can customize the messaging. I mean, we can get really creative, right? So if we had different ad segments going out that day, I can tailor. What we do a lot, we have different hair types, so we'll tailor the ads that you'll see, we'll tailor the videos, we'll tailor the reviews and the images, even the product to that specific hair type.
So they can purchase from this landing page directly.
Yes. Yes.
But the deal works throughout the site.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you happen to just go directly to the site, you
still
can
work.
still get the same deal or whatever, as long as you know the code. And you may be wondering, how are they going to do Wash and Go Wednesday with Kim in Boston? Well, my husband,
Dun, dun, dun.
he's filling in. So it's usually the two of us, Kim and Tim, on Wash and Go Wednesday. And so he's filling in, and we now kind of have like a salon set up. So we have a resident stylist who comes in every Wednesday. She does the model's hair, kind of talks to her. And my husband, he has the same energy, if not more than me. And so he's going to be, we're a unit. That's why that works. But you may have somebody else step in for you,
Yeah, they play really well off each other. And to piggyback off that, so Wash and Go Wednesday, we were saying it started with just like a phone in their house, like in their bathroom. And because we saw such success there, you lean in, right? So that's where we just recently got a content studio. We recently put some programming behind it where we're bringing in other stylists. So everyone was always tuning in just to see Kim do her hair, but it's like, that's amazing. I don't know why, but like I guess it's engaging.
I don't know
either.
It's the same hair every week. My customers are straight hair. Like I'm like, Ellen, why are you here every week? Your hair does not look like mine, but she loves us.
But now tailoring the content, right? So now we can have short hair, we can have wavy hair, we can have people that have like heat damage or whatever the issues are that our customers are actually like having. We can bring models in, like real life models. And when I say real life, I mean like regular schmegular girls like me, to come in and like figure out what the hair issue is and like do it on camera. So when you see it working, right, we linked in. Now we have a whole content studio with Wash and Go Wednesday. So the other piece that we do, so besides email, notifications and messages. So we spread out our notifications and messages all throughout the day, right? So we can hit you wherever is optimal for you so you can tune in to Wash and Go Wednesday. So whether it's in your inbox, whether it's on your phone, whether it's a push notification, we use a lot of different tactics to send these messages out to get you on that live. So SMS has been really helpful and really successful for us. And again, we keep it consistent with keeping the messaging clear. So it's starting at 7 p.m., 4 hours, what the urgency piece, and then we're also letting them know what they're going to be getting. So here's an example at the very bottom, and we always throw Kim's name in there so it feels really personal, humanizing the brand. So it's, hey, Kim, CEO of Chromex. You're like, what? CEO's like messaging me? This is crazy.
Some people do believe that.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, technically, I am messaging them.
Like, most of the customers will write into customer service like, hey, Kim, and it's like, this isn't Kim writing you. But we do it so much so people really feel like invested in the brand. So we humanize it even in the text message, and it's, again, keeping it concise. So we have the key points, who it is, 4 hours left. We're highlighting that it's a secret sale. Ooh, what's going on, right? You're gonna get 20% off, and that link will send you to our Zipify landing page. And so, like I said, SMS has been really helpful for us, but we also use Octane. There was an Octane person over there. Yeah, we use Octane Messenger as well. Again, we're on Facebook, so that makes sense, right? We also send the Octane, and we'll send the push notifications out maybe like a couple minutes before. So it's like, hey, we're going live now. Like, go, right? Again, the urgency piece to really get people like that FOMO, like, wait, what's happening now? And we also use a little, I don't want to say ambiguous language, but it's like, it's starting now. And you're just like, what's starting now? Like, what is it? I have to click. And it does really, really well for us. And so other things are the Facebook events. Again, we're on Facebook Live. It makes sense to like really utilize all the tools that they have to like capture people there. And then partnerships and community. So influencers, I mean, whether you love it or hate it, right, they're still relevant. So using influencers, even using our community to kind of like champion it and tell other people about it, in communities. So other Facebook groups that are relevant for so other hair care Facebook groups, we like let them know, hey, this could be helpful for your audience. Let them know what's happening. Send them to us. And so the last one that we have is our push out notifications. So these are the desktop notifications. Again, we're just highlighting some of the notifications that really work for us that you guys might want to look into for whatever you're creating. So you can see over here, we have the links that we're using. So again, we're sending them to the live. We're also sending them to that customized landing page that we have. And we're communicating the same clear messaging. So what are you going to get? Free prizes in a hair tutorial. When? Watch now. CEO, live, now. We use animation. So animations in the email really work. Animations in the notifications when we could use them. So this is the actual GIF, and it's like him like going all like this, right? And you're like, what's happening? I want to see more for it. And all this, again, is creating raving fans. We're creating ambassadors for us. And so just to do a quick like recap of what we've talked about, there's 4 main things to like, we call it our secret sauce. So you're creating.
Wait. We can test it because if they were, if we did a good job, they wrote off 4 or they know the 4. So what's the first one? Second one?
I didn't hear it. What was the first one?
Community. Yes. Second one? Third one? Fourth? Yay!
Guess we did a good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. If you have any questions, we are free. We have about 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
We have about 5 minutes left, so we'll be accepting questions. Colby, are there any questions in the chat?
Not on the board yet.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you have questions, please raise your hand. We have about 5 minutes. We'll try to get to as many as we can.
So yeah, we're talking about your Facebook group and how it's a big community. How do you see the difference between a Facebook page for your company versus a group?
Oh, people don't go to the page. They have no reason to, right? So like Facebook, and as you know, Facebook champions its groups because in smaller communities is where people are actually committed to. So if you check something on Facebook, it's either your timeline or the group that you're part of. You never go to a company's landing page. I never go to it. I barely go to our own unless we're going live or something,
Yeah.
So it's like the group is what Facebook champions, and it doesn't limit your access as much as it does to your page. You'll have 100,000 followers on your page and get 3 likes on a post, and then that's ridiculous. But if you post something in the group, you might get 100 likes and you only have a couple thousand members. So it's really important to champion your Facebook group over your Facebook landing page. Yes.
If you don't use advertising on Wednesdays, do you see basically all the revenue coming in from repeat, or are you seeing acquisition?
It's gonna be lower. So like if we don't advertise, that's why I like promotions in there. Because if we don't tell, at least in the beginning, right? So like, and then if it costs us to send it, so if we have to pay for SMS or email, those things we send to the landing page. But all like the SMS, like Octane or things like that are like cheaper or whatever, that we send to the actual live just before it goes live.
Yeah.
But it's a difference. There's a difference if we don't promote it. So yeah. I hope that does that answer your question.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a sense of when you do these events, like what percentage of the revenue coming in is new versus repeat. Or are you still paying to acquire?
So, yeah, and then so basically, I don't imagine that my regular customers are buying hair products every week.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. But I think they might be buying it monthly from Wash and Go Wednesday. Many of the regular ones though, they'll just subscribe instead of buying it new for Wash and Go Wednesday. Wash and Go Wednesday, what you do is, and you don't realize this, but you can share the live while people are watching it. And so you're required they share the live to enter the giveaway, or tag 2 or 3 friends, and they're tagging new customers. So that's the key there too. It's just a lot of tactics you can do while you're live to get those new customers in. Yes. So we have tried that, and I got this from my friend who does the sparkle parties. In the beginning, you can, well, if you start doing a fancier production, you can show customer testimonials while you're counting down on the live. So like it's live, then it shows the customer testimonial, and then once it's done, it's you on the screen. And so that's something that we've done. But nothing converts as well as me and my husband. Just
Are
nothing.
you referencing like during the live or just like in general? Do we use user generated?
Clients and one of my clients, they're a garment
Yeah.
supply company, and they have been trying to get. First of all, it's like he's like a 37 or 8-year-old male, so he has nothing to do with gardening.
Yeah.
He's from the company, so he can't do it.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
whatever. So he's been trying to. He wants a face for the brand, so he's been trying to get his customers to do it, and it's a process and getting people to want to do it. So I think the next step is like maybe we should get curated influencers to do it, or I don't know. It could be him. It could be a funny little kind of
Yeah.
garden and like Gen Z.
We've run to get more user generated content. We've run contests.
Yeah, we did a testimonial
Yeah.
contest about a month ago.
Yeah, and we'll repurpose all that. Like
And got
content.
25 videos.
Someone did like almost like an ad. They were like singing
A
They made whole
jingle.
jingle about the brand. And we
Yeah.
use it in that, and it's really successful. Yeah.
It was like, if you want to wash and go, but you
And
don't know what to do,
Yeah.
you can curl
With
mix
curl
it,
mix,
babe.
babe.
Curl mix it, babe.
So that's something to consider. Yeah.
We have time for one more question.
Yes, go ahead.
How do you balance like touching people through all these channels like Facebook Messenger, notifications, SMS, email, with like not overwhelming someone?
You make it easy to unsubscribe because you don't want to hit them if they don't want to be hit, So, like, they'll unsubscribe you'll get that stop, that stop, that unsubscribe. And if you make that really easy and clear, so at the bottom of our emails, it's not hidden. It's not hidden on SMS. It's not hidden on Octane. I think we hit Matt up. He's a CEO. And we were having issues with the people were like, stop sending me messages. And I was like, Matt, we need something so they can just unsubscribe as they need to. Because I just, they'll let you know. So that's what we do.
And also spreading it out too. So it's not like we're sending them all at like 8 a.m. and you're like, why is every device I have like blowing up, right? So it's like we're letting you know in the morning, we're letting you know in the evening, during lunch, hey, 2 minutes before it's about to start, we're also letting you know. And then realistically, like everyone's not signed up for like our Facebook Messenger, our SMS, like and our email.
Yeah, and if you follow, you guys know Ezra Firestone, right? Most people follow him. Yeah, he's like always talking about like, you can send as much as you want, no one's getting everything. That's just what it is.
Yeah.